Welcome to lesson number 16 of Spoken English course with Alina Reis. In this lesson, we are going to be talking about how you can train your subconscious by exposing your mind to more of English content around you. So there are several things that you can use. They could be movies, shows, podcast, audiobooks, newspapers. There's so much around you that you can take help of. Now, what happens when you do this is that you are feeding more of raw material of English to your mind. And when your mind has less access, let's say less access to other language, or it is more exposed to English in simple words, then what happens is it starts to absorb it. It starts to accept it more and more. It just gets easier little by little. Okay, you are training your subconscious to start accepting English easily. Something that feels a little difficult right now, maybe watching an English show or an English movie, may not be that comfortable for you, right? But when you start doing that more often, you're training your mind, and your mind is magical. You can train it on anything. You can train it on flying a plane, on cycling, on swimming. Everything that feels difficult in the beginning starts to feel a little bit easier with every passing day. And that is what we're talking about. And when your mind starts to accept English easily, starts to absorb it, and gets a little familiar with the language, starts to know it more and get comfortable in the language, what happens is that it starts to create thoughts in that language. It starts to create thoughts in English language for you. And the moment that happens, fluency is just a little while to go. Seriously. When you start to think in English, we've already spoken about it, right? When you start to think in English, your thoughts are getting created in English, in this language that you want to learn. Automatically, things get simpler for you. Now let's talk about the importance of reading and writing. Now I want to tell you, reading and writing, these are two such activities that definitely help, okay? They will help you for as long as you're not substituting these for speaking. Speaking has its own importance. You shouldn't be substituting these activities in place of speaking, okay? So when you have to speak, you must do that. But reading and writing can help you in several ways. Let's talk about it. There's a concept by the name of subvocalization. Okay, what is subvocalization? Subvocalization is, let me explain with the help of a small example to you, okay? It will get easier for you. Imagine I'm reading a book right now, okay? And my mouth is shut. I'm not mumbling the words. I'm just reading the book in my mind. But while I'm reading, what I'm doing is I'm reading word by word in my mind. In a way, I'm speaking in my mind. Okay? So let's say a sentence is written, my name is Alina Reis. Okay? So I'm not actually saying those words, but they are spoken in my mind. My name is Alina Reis. Okay? So something like that. And that is how most people read. It's a natural thing. It always happens to you. Subvocalization is going to help you to train on speaking as well. When you read and you subvocalize in your mind, okay, you're actually speaking in your mind, right? It helps you in your speaking also. Another useful thing that reading or writing will do for you is that it's going to expose you to more of English. Reading, of course, helps. We already know that, right? When you're reading, you come across some good words, you get trained on grammar, you get trained on tenses, and these are things that happen subconsciously to you. You're learning all these rules of English language when you're reading too much. So reading definitely helps. I have seen my own vocabulary getting polished because of the fact that I read, and I read almost every day. When you write, whatever you've read and whatever you've heard, you in a way practice that when you're writing. And writing usually is easier than speaking. Needless to say, we all know that. But you will realize, I mean, I see that in myself. You try that for yourself, that when you write, you will feel that you can write better English than you can speak. And that happens because in writing, you get time to think while you're scribbling on the paper. Okay, when you're moving your pen or your pencil on the paper. So yes, because you're getting time to think while you're writing, your writing may usually seem better than your speaking. But do not compare and do not judge yourself. It is something that happens with everybody. It's normal. So I have one activity for you, okay? And just try it. If it benefits you, you can go on and on with it. What you have to do is you have to watch a TV show, English TV show, or a movie with subtitles off. Okay. Now, in the beginning, you may feel a little bit of discomfort or maybe a lot of discomfort. Initially, I used to feel a lot of discomfort. It was something that I thought I will not be able to do because I will not understand anything that is spoken in the movie. But trust me, when you do more and more of this, eventually you start getting the accent. You start understanding more of the stuff. So switching subtitles off for maybe 5 to 10 minutes a day is actually going to train your mind immensely on good spoken English. You'll be able to speak much well. Okay, so just starting today, just try and do it for 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes of watching a TV show or a movie with subtitles off and see how well you could understand. And then try it tomorrow again and then day after. Do it for a few days, maybe 4 or 5 days, and see whether you were better on the 5th day than you were today or not. Assess that for yourself. Try and do it. It's going to help you. And I will see you in lesson number 17.